What's up, Jack 3? Another award-winning stream. You got that right. I'll be back in 20 minutes. I'll be here in 20 minutes. More than likely. Gotta do quick reboot. For some reason, the keyboard stopped working. I don't know what it is about Satisfactory, but it's like sometimes your keyboard just stops working for some reason. I don't know why. And then when you reboot it, it starts working again. So whatever. See, now it's working. It's just stupid. Computer being stupid. Looking good. Thank you, sir. Yeah, the video game looks pretty nice too, huh? Stop it, I'm blushing. Oh, you were talking about the video game. I thought you were talking about me. I am a handsome devil. You don't look so bad yourself. I thought you'd get a kick out of that. We're just two handsome gentlemen enjoying a fine Sunday afternoon. How your doggos doing? They get some exercise and some fresh air? What am I working on next? I'm trying to escape the jail of Phase 1 so I can get into Phase 2 technology. So as you can see, I'm kind of maxed out on all of my Phase 1 technology. So I'm waiting to unlock Phase 2, which needs more space parts. Oh, I'm good. I'm glad. Good boy is a happy doggo. These things. But we need more of these things. And more of these things. And more of these things. So, Space Boys want some upgrades. So I need that much stuff. Or you can see in the top right corner of my screen that kind of ongoing to-do list. So I need more stuff. So I'm just gonna keep feeding the machines more stuff. Until they're done. Until they're not hungry anymore. But yeah, I've got all the current technology pretty much maxed out. I'm making all of the current things I can make. I just finished the electrical equipment, so we already had stators over here, and then I just recently added some AI limiters. You gotta limit the AI or else it'll take over and steal all your white women. Speaking of quick wire, why is the quick wire going so slow? Because there's not enough quick wire machines, that's why. So let's make another one of those. Lol, like Joku. Yeah, he stopped by earlier. He needs to get a panel fix, so he might want to create a stream here pretty soon. We'll see. He's been jonesing. Jonesing for some more of Phi's wisdom. I'm just a fountain of knowledge. Yeah, Joe Cool's pretty cool, I have to admit. Even though he's still a recovering left-winger. But I think I cured him. I think he's let go of that nonsense once and for all. Now he's one of the real cool guys. But I'll keep my eye on him, just make sure he doesn't fall back into his old ways. Joe Cool loves mayo snadies. What's a snady? Is that kind of like a sandwich? Just kidding. Undercover Brother, the movie. Lol. He's a brother from another mother. Sandy's. Is that kind of like a sandwich? Yeah. He likes them mayo sandwiches. So I might be showing my age here, but is there some sort of mayo sandwich meme that I missed or something? Because I keep hearing people talk about lots of mayonnaise on their sandwiches, which I'm guessing is some sort of innuendo or something. Or is there just some sort of meme I've missed? Okay, go ahead and explain it to me. What is the mayo meme? It's from a movie. The Undercover Brother movie? Is that the movie it's from? Undercover Brother with Eddie Griffin. I will have to check that out. You can go ahead and spoil it for me though. Like, what is the meme though? Like, what does it mean to say someone likes mayo sandwiches? Is it saying that they're black or some other sort of cultural reference I'm not getting? Also, Joe Cool's not black. He's more like a mocha, kind of a caramel. And I'm not white. I'm peach colored. It's calling me white. Oh, so if you like mayo on your sandwiches, you're white? So you're calling Joe Cool white? Now I'm super confused. Is Joe Cool a white man? I knew it all along. Trying to infiltrate our ranks. Whatever you say, man. Okay, I'm white. You're white. We're all white. And that's why we like our mayo sandwiches. Are you telling me black people don't like mayonnaise on their sandwiches? Because I don't believe that. I bet I can find some black people that thoroughly enjoy mayonnaise on their sandwiches. That's like the old black meme that only black people like fried chicken and watermelon. Because I love all that shit, so if that makes me black, then so be it. Call me homeboy. Maybe that's why Joe Cool always gives me the pass, because I'm an honorary brother. Even though I wasn't born with enough melanin. That's what I like about Joe Cool. He won't hold that against me. We're still cool. Me too. Fresh and Fit know of me. What do they know of you? That you're a troll in the comments? Like you be trolling whatever? Why are you always trolling people? For spamming them, calling them chicken in waffles. But is it true? Myron is a chicken and Walter is in waffle. Shots fired. Did you hear that, Fresh and Fit? Jack is calling you out. He's saying you aren't the men you pretend to be. Yeah, as a hobby. You need to find a better hobby, my friend. You need to plant a garden or something. Or hang out with good and intelligent people. And then you don't have to troll anybody. Problem solved. They know, lol, I say it. I stopped, I had to ask Big Mo to forgive me. Haha, just kidding. They said they knew it was a joke. Myron asked for someone to do on stream, so I said okay. As long as you're all still friends, that's what's important. Just don't break anybody's spirit. There's a lot of people out there losing hope because they're so evil and retarded. You know, like the kind of people that have to pay $4.99 to learn how to be a master debater. I heard he's good at master debation. That's why he's offering those courses. He is a true master debater. I made Andrew and Brian an ad yesterday for their debate school. I think it highlights them good. Now, why are you always out there supporting the enemy? I told you, those are the bad guys. We need good examples. They're not the bad guys, you know, they're like the faux good guys. They pretend they're fighting for the right wing, but they're not really. I ain't friends with them. They too white, lol. Yeah, 49.9 is a lot. Best I can do is treat 50. I got a friend that's a master debater. I'll get his second opinion on it. But it's hard to argue that he is a true master debater. I mean, he's so good at master debation all the time, so why wouldn't you want to give him your money? They aren't Andrew Tate's and Wes Watson's. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's plenty of examples of not even trying, which is still what I would consider Wilson, but at least he pretends to be one of the good guys, you know. So he's trying. I give him a C for effort. His quality's F though. F tier. But you really can't blame Wilson, because when you live in a world of idiocracy, everybody's standards are so low, they obviously feel like he's one of the superheroes. Have you ever seen a movie called, I think it's called Mystery Men or something like that? It's got like Janine Garofalo and Ben Stiller in it. And they're a bunch of superheroes. And the whole point of the movie is that no one has any real superpowers, but they're just regular morons and retards that are trying to fight for good and justice and all that stuff. And so that's kind of the world we live in. Based, he does think the Empire was the good side. The Empire. Dun 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 dun. He's trying to convert us to the dark side. I have the shoveler and the fork guy. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. And the spleen. Pee Wee Herman's one of the best character actors. Yeah, so that's the world we live in. So when your standards are so low, obviously you would consider the shoveler, you know, a superhero like Andrew Wilson. Because he's good at shoveling bullshit, so he's got that going for him. And a quote-unquote master debater. Yeah, the Invisible Kid. Actually, he's not a good example, because the Invisible Kid actually had magic powers. If you remember in the movie, he was able to really turn invisible. At the beginning of the movie, you're thinking that he's just another dork like the rest of them, but he could actually um, do magic powers. So, but the rest of them are a pretty good example. Even like Janine's character, who was the only one that kind of had some supernatural stuff going on with her ghost bowling ball. But see, there's another good example where it's not like she has any skill or ability. She just has a magical bowling ball that does magic. And so that's another good example of the world we live in today. So whereas Wilson doesn't have any actual skill or ability, he does have 100k subs. So, you know, he does have the power to influence minds with his clout. And so whether or not he uses them for evil or good remains to be seen. But I think BO already knocked him down a few pegs, because grifting and lying is no way to go through life. I can see my house from here. This is a good view right here. I like this. I can kind of see a little bit of everything. Pretty waterfalls over there. Oh, and by the way, there's a whole bunch of oil over there as soon as we unlock that technology. A lot of people like building out in the desert because it's flat, but there's not a ton of resources out there, and so it's a bit of a headache getting all your resources out there to build everything. So that's actually why I prefer this spot, because there's oodles of resources all around here, and if you build high enough, it doesn't really matter if it's flat or not, because you can just build your factory anywhere, even up here in the clouds. Just like Batman, he has tools. You're right. Just like Batman, he is a tool. There's another one of his superhero abilities. He has the superhero ability to be a tool. So he is a tool, and he is good at ad homs and blood sports, which is not really a real skill or ability, but But in the world of idiocracy, I can see how that would be perceived as something. Which just reproved my point that idiocracy sucks, because when everyone's evil retards, then there's really no point of even competing or comparing things. So I think that's why a lot of people are bummed out, because they're like, they wish they lived in a world that had good and intelligent people, but not yet. We'll see. Maybe humans will evolve one day the ability to be good and intelligent. You never know. Hey, I can see my house from here too. Wait a second. That man in my room with my wife. Whoa. I have been cheated on very badly. Oh, sorry to hear that. So, Andrew is if Kevin Smith and Ben Affleck merged into one GTK. Lol. I think that those were words that almost formed a sentence. So if we combine Kevin Smith and Ben Affleck, we would get an Andrew Wilson. Okay, I'll take your word for it. Merged into one HUD GTK. I was one of the people Andrew was referring to who doesn't show his face, FYI. Oh yeah, so that's a real great argument, because the words of people's arguments don't matter. It's what their face looks like, which is what is the most important thing in a debate, which I've heard quite often here in the panelverse, which is one of the most fucking retarded rebuttals I've ever heard in my life, because that was the whole point of all humanity, was that, you know, Martin Luther King Jr. had a dream that one day we would be measured based on our words and actions, not on the color of our skin. So apparently these retards never got the memo that what your face looks like doesn't matter to what your words are when you're online debating. So anyone who says that, you can immediately dismiss them as have already completely lost whatever argument you're currently having, because they try to say, well, but you gotta have skin in the game, which is a bunch of bullshit, because again, I don't have to dox myself and expose myself in order to have a good argument. So if you want to argue that, politically speaking, you know, some people put themselves in danger to get out their message, sure, that can be sort of heroic in certain situations. In most situations, it's just fucking stupid, because you're not a hero, and yeah, you know, the big daddy government might come shut you down or censor ban you, or some weirdo off the internet might show up at your house and, you know, like murder your family or something like that. And so that's a risk you take, which is exactly why I don't do that, because I'm not fucking retarded like the people who say you should show your face on screen, because it's like, no, I shouldn't, because I'm not as fucking retarded as you people are. But, you know, hey, if you want to dox yourself and expose yourself, go right ahead. You have my permission. But anyways, long story short, you and I both know that has nothing to do with the value of our argument. So, like, if we're trying to, you know, debate a message or something like that, showing your face on screen has zero value whatsoever to you know, the argument you're presenting. So, nice try, guys, but see, that's the problem with evil retards. They always bitch about stupid shit and never actually get to anything of value or importance. And so that's why I don't waste my time with those people anymore. Thanks for reminding me. So I sent him my ID. Don't worry, I have been fighting that one since. Based words and actions. I bought a Guy Fawkes mask. I was going to show my face, but since he said that, now I'm making a stand. Well, yeah, USA has a lot of firearms. Canada, meh. Canada still has crazy people with knives, and they still can show up at your door and stab you to death just because you hurt their feelings or something. So, and your government will definitely show up at your door and take you away to jail for saying the wrong thing. So don't even pretend, Mr. Canadian, that you're safe to speak your mind there. Andrew, producer, refuses to show his face. Between us, I try not to bring Mr. E in, but this is true. That's why I got upset. Andrew deals with tons of people who don't cam up. I don't give a shit. I really don't give a shit why evil retards try to justify why they've already lost the argument. And if they try to kick and flail as to why they lost the argument, it's because you won't show your face on camera. That shows you how evil and retarded they are. They have nothing of value to argue. So that's when you should, learn from life that not everyone you're going to meet on the internet is a good and intelligent person. So when you meet an evil retard, just filter them out and move on and be like, okay, we'll see if there are other people to talk to. True, people be crazy, word. And yes, my words got me arrested a few times. Oh, you got arrested for your words? Wow. Sorry to hear that. Now I shut my mouth. Kind of, lol. Yeah, so that's what happened with a lot of Canada's brain drain. So I told you this before, that all of the Canadians' greatest hits, like Steven Crowder and Gavin McInnes and Lauren Southern and Lauren Chin and Jordan Peterson, all those people obviously left Canada for the ability to speak freely, especially intelligent thoughts, because the state-approved words in Canada are all leftist bullshit, and so either you're a left-wing or you're a criminal in Canada, and that's the same in a lot of countries like Britain and most of Europe, and now even the United States is slowly becoming the exact same left-wing bullshit. So yeah, that's why your buddy Emperor Phi here is to help free you from the slavery of evil retards like Mr. Wilson. Because see, even though Andrew always talks about being like, one of those Christians or whatever, even though he constantly denies being a Christian whenever you call him out on it, he's also an authoritarian, which is just as bad as, a socialist or even like just an immoral person in general. So, and I've been trying to explain that to people because they still don't really get it. There's a lot of people like Pill Eater that can't really connect the dots, even though I drew the picture for him, so he doesn't have to connect the dots. But some people are a little hard-headed than others, so you have to stick with them and keep explaining it to them. Well, like I said, one day humans will evolve and their brain capacity will be sufficient to understand these very deep concepts that authoritarians and socialism go hand in hand, and these are the most immoral systems on earth. They're always the most evil, corrupt people on earth are the socialist authoritarians. And so all of three of these things go hand in hand. They're all three like little buddies that hang out in the same club. And so that's why I just called them the left wing. And everybody knows what the left wing is. Every country has it. So it's not like Canada doesn't know what the left wing is because it's different in America or whatever. And ditto for Britain. Britain has its own left wing bullshit. And so that's what I keep trying to get everyone to understand. It's universal. It's not dependent on which country we're talking about. When I talk about politics, it's for all human beings. It's the same for any people on Earth, any culture, any time frame. It doesn't matter if it's the Dark Ages or in modern times or whatever. It's still all the same bullshit. It's immoral, authoritarian socialism. So whether it's a king that's doing it or an emperor that's doing it or a communist party that's doing it, it doesn't matter. They're all immoral, authoritarian socialists. And so the only good guys are the moral, aka Wink Wink Christian Foundation of capitalist libertarians. And the fact that I have to argue with people about this concept shows you how evil and retarded humans really are. Because all good and intelligent people wouldn't even argue with it. They would just nod their head and agree and be like, yep, that's right. But instead they're like, wah, show your face and stuff like that, you know. Peacecraft has never shown face. You're right. Ted Cruz, either left wing or from Alberta in Canada. Lol. Is Alberta right wing? I haven't met any Alberta people. George Carlin spoke about that. Yeah, like George Carlin, he's a good comedian. EO overreach. I don't know what EO stands for. Executive officer, eggplant ovaries. Like what does EO stand for? Fuck 'em, lol. Yeah. EO might be like a Canadian abbreviation that they know, but I don't think that's a commonly used phrase here. Eastern Orthodox. Oh, yeah, that's a total religion thing. Yeah, which is your buddy Andrew Wilson is a part of, which he denies if you ask him, but you know, apparently he is in secret, in closet. He's a Eastern Orthodox. But on the YouTubes, he's just an entertainer, so you can't hold him to Christian standards, which is totally not dishonest or scamming or grifting his audience by lying to them. It's totally honest when he lies about his religion and his morals and standards. So like I said, BO didn't even have to show up to the debate. He already won before he showed up. But his Kool-Aid drinkers will never figure that out because they're just too fucking retarded. Alberta is a conservative. EO basically built this place before the 90s. So that's kind of the problem. So like if we get into religion, you'll see that not everyone who claims to be Christian is a Christian. So that's one of the problems you have to figure out. And conservative, the word conservative has all but lost its meaning. So even when I talk about conservataria, I am talking about morally conservative. Again, it has to be elaborated upon because just saying that phrase isn't universally understood by the whole audience. So like when I talk about Christian morality, I have a very specific definition in mind, not the general feelings version that most people go with. The cities in Alberta have become democratic. That's true, I-Fi. Of course it's true, I-Fi. Yes, you're right, I-Fi. It has. I'm always right, dude. You don't have to remind me. I've never been wrong before. And yes, Flow State, I love the smell of my own farts. They are delicious. So yeah, I generally tend to be right about things, which is why I like to actively engage people and debate them and stuff, because we need more good and intelligent people. Have you seen any around lately? If only there were a couple of good and intelligent people, I could start my biker gang. So many people claim to be conservative here, but their actions, they are liberals. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. There's lots of people who virtue signal or just are completely delusional, and they identify as Christian or whatever, or they identify as Republican or conservative or whatever, and they are nothing even remotely close to that thing. Like, for example, Donald Trump identifies as a Republican, but he sure is not one, and he's definitely not a conservative. he's barely a capitalist, and he is certainly not a libertarian. So again, he's not right wing anything. He's just a center left wing. Where's Flow State? He's got his own channel. He stops by here every once in a while, but he doesn't really participate much because he's mostly here for the drama. He's a drama whore. So if we're not talking about panel versus drama, he's probably not going to be interested in the topic. Don't get me wrong, I am not perfect. But there are people are false. Them people are false. Yeah. So nobody's perfect, but some of us are more right than wrong, and so that's what separates the good and intelligent from the evil retards. Yeah, Flow State's Panelverse. Yeah. That's the drama verse. If you like drama, he's your man. He can hook you up. Yeah, he'll just pop in and say, "Hey guys, I'm hosting another drama stream. If anyone's interested, send me super chats." so I mean, that's a pretty good, grift going on there, because I think most people kind of know what they're getting into. So it's not really grifting, because he doesn't pretend to be like serious or productive or anything like that. He just straight up owns it. He's like, I'm here for the drama and to pander to drama whores, being a fellow drama whore. Yeah, he's pretty chill. As long as you got to bring the drama and the super chats, he's real cool. Yeah, he's a good stream just to chill out too, and just listen to people blah 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 about their feelings and emotions and who called who a skank and stuff like that. All that deep important stuff. So like I said, I don't have any beef with it or anything. It's just not my cup of tea. However, he is pretty good at influencing others, as I warned Based Oracle not to fall into the same traps, because Based had a good start to his channel, but like as time goes by, I'm noticing it's turning into more and more, soap opera bullshit, which sounds just like every other panelverse stream. So I think he's going to quickly realize that market's pretty saturated, and more importantly, is that even a market you want to compete in? Because grifting drama verse stuff is kind of lame when you think about it, but whatever. Haven't seen Sarah stream in a while. Yeah, she's been doing a lot of interviews and stuff. I think she's turning into like a talk show host. She's gonna be like Oprah Winfrey or something. And you get a car, and you get a car. So, yeah, that's why I'm mostly just chilling here in video game land, because did the rounds on the whole panel verse that I've seen so far. I mean, I'm sure there's other similar but different panel verses out there, but haven't seen any of any significant quality worth getting into, because I kind of looked around and see if there was, but not that I could find. Basto should try to set up debates. Yeah, that's kind of fun. I think he would be better. I would be more interested in watching his debates than like Wilson's or whatever, where he mods. Yeah, he might be able to mod okay. But even the mainstream YouTube, that's also a big problem. So earlier, I think you mentioned Candace Owens, and so like your Dave Smiths and your Candace Owens and your Charlie Kirks and Steven Crowder, Ben Shapiro, or all of the Daily Wire and Glenn Beck or whatever, and all those people who are kind of like the mainstream Republican commentary, those people aren't helping either because they know that the left wing is the problem, but they don't know that they are part of the center left wing, which is sad because they think they're right wing people. And so maybe like a Candace Owens or kind of like a Lauren Chin or something, like some of those people are kind of leaning right wing, like they know that left wing is complete garbage, but they can't escape the enlightened centrist realm of P.F. Young. So if you ever seen P.F. Young's channel, he's the perfect example of what's really wrong with society at large. So he has a series called The Enlightened Centrist or whatever, and so that pretty much describes, I would say, like 98% of the general population, or maybe like 80 to 90%, because again, you have a huge chunk that are just batshit crazy leftards, and so those aren't centrists per se, but they're very similar in many ways. But the rest of the people, a lot of people that call themselves right wing are really just centrists, and barely even centrist at that. They're mostly left wing centrists, and so that's the problem with politics in general. That's why there's no useful discussions in any of these debates, because Americans keep voting for the deep state's uniparty, which is either batshit crazy left wing or just left wing, regular left wing, and so the regular left wing is called Republican, and the batshit retarded left wing is called Democrat, and so all those people think that they are fighting the good fight and saving our country and blah blah blah. Meanwhile, they're not doing shit, and their vote doesn't matter, and the deep state uniparty doesn't care, and the deep state really doesn't care about politics at all. I mean, they know politics is completely worthless, but it keeps all those people busy with their little political channels and feelings, people sharing their feelings about why they think everything's so screwed up and they wish it was better. Candace was left. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A lot of times there are people who are formerly left wing that got better. Like Pill Eater is one of my favorite ex lefties who hasn't quite escaped the enlightened centrist realm yet, but he's getting there slowly but surely. Also, there was a dude on some Orthodox panel the other day. I can't remember that guy's name. He has like 3 letters in his name or something. Anyways, he had a panelist called Andrew on his panel, not Wilson, just some other ex left wing named Andrew on his panel, who clearly described and understood how screwed up the left wing is, and that's what I'm always talking about. How no one knows the left wing better than people who grew up surrounded by all these retards, and so that's why I actually like to engage some of them, because the ones who learn from their mistakes and got better are the best kind of people. Because there's a lot of people who pretend to be right wing who've never engaged anyone from the left wing or actually debated them or explained to them why they're wrong, and so they're not really that right wing. They're just centrists who think they're right wing or whatever. So I trolled PF Young before. Yes, I know he doesn't even allow profile pics on his stream because I've tried many times to get on, and he always gives me that excuse. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you have to be on screen," which is the most pussy cop out ever. But you know, like I said, I know why he won't let me on, but it's also because he doesn't like profile pictures, but he knows the real reason why. Because I was on a stream where you didn't have to cam up to talk, and he immediately ran away because he's afraid of me. He's afraid of Emperor Fry. I like PF Young. He's cute. Uh, Only once though. YouTube has never suggested PF content to me. Yeah, I only found him through Gen X Jeff's panel, and again, I'm not missing anything at all because I went over there and checked out and see what he's about. It's just centrist bullshit. It's just blah blah blah. You know, nothing. He never has a point or anything. It's just straddling the fence 101. That's all centrists are. So there's only one. There is only one was to fix mankind. Immortality. No, immortality doesn't fix mankind because then you could have evil retards forever, which would be worse. So I disagree. But nice try, my guy. The main solution is good and intelligence, and then immortality. Which I think is kind of the whole point of the test, if you've been paying attention. So the way God tests us is to see if we're good and intelligent, and if you are, then you pass the test. And if you're not, then wah wah. But those you throw in a black hole, well, yeah. Or lake of fire, whichever comes first. Throw them somewhere, or send them to Detroit. I'll take the L. If Andrew was a real Christian, he would be here with us. Yeah, he's more than welcome to jump on one of my religion streams and see if he is really a Christian or not, which I already know he won't, and I know why he won't, because I've debated the ortho bros before, and it's not a happy ending for them. But Daisy and I will cover it at some point probably, because we're going to cover all of the false religions, including the churches who can't get their stuff straight because they claim to be Christian, but then when you test their knowledge, they're like, nope, maybe not. He's not today, I know, because he's at church. Do you know that? I mean, you know, he's always denying it, so maybe he's not. Maybe he's just out entertaining, since, you know, he's not a real Christian. He just plays one on the internet. Or maybe he's done now. I think he was done with religion a long time ago. That's why he's just an entertainer now. Because you can't hold him to Christian standards. That wouldn't be fair. He's in Cali. Well, yeah, I've been to California before. It's a pretty dumb place to live because it's completely overrun by the left wing and it's expensive as hell. So you pay $1 million to like trip over dirty needles and poop in the streets, and you have to listen to left wing people all day long. So yay! What a great place to live. But the trees are nice. If there's ever a kung flu virus that wipes out all of the Democrats, I will happily go recolonize California. In the name of Conservatoria. The stories he tells about his dad are heartwarming to me. That's how they get you every time. Don't fall for those tricks. They always pluck your heartstrings to get you to send them money. Don't fall for it, dude. It's the oldest trick in the book. They always got a sick grandma or a dad that didn't pay enough attention to them or something. That's how Hollywood keeps selling movies. And y'all keep falling for it. They remind me of how I was treated by that generation. The stories. So what generation are you, millennial or something? And what was your parents' generation? Boomer or X? And is that the same as American millennials and boomers? So I'm not sure if Canada's generations translate exactly the same as America's generations. I don't send Andrew money. That's good. Anyone who supports him is not helping. Unless I did it for a troll. Is it a troll if you ever send them money? Because the only person being trolled there is you. Congratulations, you played yourself. I wasn't raised by my family. I was raised by people at work. Okay, well, hopefully they were a good role model for you, whoever they were. Yeah, I had a similar problem. I'm Generation X, and so boomers are pretty much the worst people on earth, including parents. They're like some of the biggest failure of parents, and so I feel you there. But that's kind of life in a way. Sometimes, you don't get a fair advantage in life, and so you just have to roll with the punches and evolve and overcome and self-sustain. You'd be amazed at how resilient the human mind is at self-teaching, self-growing, self-learning, because that's where most of my knowledge comes from. I didn't learn a lot from other people other than what not to do. I learned what to do mainly from myself and Jesus. That's about it. So, um, and sometimes that's your best teachers. All you need is Jesus and your own brain, and you can pretty much overcome all of life's problems. Even if your parents really suck at it and your society is garbage and all your neighbors are evil retards, you can still be good and intelligent despite all that stuff. So that's my main message at Channel I-Fi. Grab them bootstraps and start pulling yourself up. Survive. Evolve. My mom was a feminist. Oh, great. So was mine. Got her nowhere. Ditto. It held her kids back too. The same. Yep. My siblings are good and screwed up. I agree. That's all feminists do is just fuck up civilization. So maybe we should start filtering those people out. And if you got rid of socialism, that would be probably 95% of the feminists. And even though some authoritarians tend to be fans of the patriarchy, there's a catch to that. The patriarchy is only good for like small units, like your family unit, or at most your community unit. And so anything beyond that, there is no results from authoritarianism. So I'm all for patriarchies, but that's just in the home and maybe your church. But as far as your community is concerned, if Big Daddy government has to tell you how to live your life, you've already failed. So that's why you got to be a libertarian, a real based alpha Chad male, not those little left-wing cucks that need Big Daddy government to tell them what to do. And so that's the catch. And see, there's a lot of people who think they're right-wing who support Big Daddy government and don't realize they're not right-wing. That's definitely a left-wing weakness and mentality. That goes back to all that collectivism bullshit, which, you know, like I said, sounds good in theory, but it's only applicable in certain situations. Like, for example, collectivism is good in the family unit or like in a church or something like that, and patriarchies and authoritarianism is good in the family unit and in the church, but that doesn't translate into like the village and society and civilization, and definitely not the government, because government will fuck up everything, no matter, even if you had the smartest and then goodest intelligent people, they'll still fuck it up. So that's why you got to go through the private sector for best results. I don't care what person works, but one does need to raise the kids. That's true. I can beat Andrew's point because I work in the trades. That's true. Alberta pushed women working in trades. That was dumb. And you said they were conservative. I am unconvinced. Oh man, I won't start. It'd take me hours to tell you it all. Well, when you're ready to do a panel with me, just give me a holler and we'll talk shop. Just be ready for a good debate, though, because when you're wrong about stuff, I'll let you know. Rachel Notley. NDP leader. Is that the National Democratic Party leader? Again, you're using acronyms for stuff I'm not familiar with, so. One, I'm not Canadian, and two, I'm not a millennial. I'll work on my grammar and speaking so I don't sound like a geek. I accept when I'm wrong. Good. That's how you learn and grow. Then you're already smarter than Wilson. Good on you. Learn and grow and evolve. Succeed. The new Dem Party. As a part of the old democracy. Does democracy ever change? It's just the popular vote. That's all democracy is. Which is why it's overrated, because you'll hear in America Democrats nonstop bitching about democracy as if that's a good form of government or something like that, because they're completely crayon-eating retarded, and so unbeknownst to them, our country is actually a republic, thank God, and so at least it pretends to be, you know, like a oligarchy of, you know, value of some kind. But that's one of my biggest gripes with our oligarchy, is that it's not run by a meritocracy. It's run by a lot of nepotism and crony capitalist bullshit. So it's got its flaws. It's way better than democracy, but it's still not really good in and of itself. It's still got a lot of its own flaws, so, which I can easily address and fix, but again, I need a good and intelligent audience to deliver that message to. So holler at me when you find those things, if they exist. I'm not like Wilson, but he is kind of a person I'd hang out with. Really? He doesn't seem very cool. I mean, there's a lot of people I don't like, but I'd have a beer with, like, like Flow State, for example. Like, Flow State and I don't really have anything to talk about, but he seems cool enough where, you know, if we just hang out and we're like bullshitting and drinking beers or whatever, he seems pretty cool in that sense. I'm not a yes man. I have been fighting with Andrew since June 10th, but I'm still a fan of his message, just not all of it. I'm trying to find anything in his message that I'm a fan of, and it's hard. It's like you have to, like, you know, dig and squint your eyes and kind of make up stuff that he's not even actually saying, but thinks he's saying and stuff. And so I don't know, man. Maybe it's just my internet that comes up with all the retarded stuff he has. I'm allowed to pick the stuff I like from Andrew and Destiny and make my own vision. If you're still listening to Destiny, you need to get help, dude. You need serious neurological help because Destiny is complete garbage, dude. There is, I would say, no value to listening to him. It's just complete garbage. No, I'm definitely more like Wilson that way, but we aren't the same type of guy. That's good, because if you were, we probably wouldn't be talking much right now anyway. Because he's not very open to constructive criticism. You talk to Disney? Oh, that's great. What do y'all talk about? Your feelings and stuff, and how great the left wing is. Even though he's starting to pretend that he's not left wing now, isn't that hilarious? His whole life he's been one of those batshit crazy left wing people, and now he's like, well, I'm not exactly left wing because they're pretty fucking dumb. So I'm more centrist left wing, which is actually complete bullshit because I already told you the centrists are the people that call themselves Republicans, and so he's still, you know, extreme left wing, but he's such a sad delusional world he doesn't even know. Well, you used to, but got kicked out of the Discord. Good for you. That's the best thing that could ever happen to you, is getting kicked out of his Discord. Nah, I'd him a cucklord. Yeah, definitely. I agree with you there. Total garbage. Nothing of value was lost that day. I'm looking over a 4-leaf clover. Uh-oh, your message got retracted. Did you tell me too much? Yeah, I got kicked out of Discord so many times I stopped counting, and my servers kept getting deleted, so I stopped recreating them because I got tired of having to start over from scratch every time. So now I don't use Discord at all, except for as an instant messenger, so I can talk to people about, you know, creating a YouTube stream or something. I pick fights with people for a reason. That's good. It helps me understand them. That's good. We have fought before on panel. That's good. That's what it's for. No, I just didn't want bad word in the chat. Oh, okay. Thanks. Thank you for keeping the language clean. Even though you can curse on this channel, I don't care about cursing. Cursing doesn't bother me. It's the blasphemy is the only part that I don't tolerate. So as long as you avoid blasphemy, you can curse all you want. Because at the end of the day, curse words only have power when you give them power. So we have no one to blame but the Puritans who think that curse words are evil or something like that. I used to name who used the name who. Yeah, I'm done hearing people trash Christians. Yeah, that's the new popular fad for the left wing, is just to straight up attack Christianity because of reasons. They pretend it's like for politics. They always bitch about straight white men and stuff like that, but what they're really angry about is Christianity. They know it, and we know it. Everybody knows it. But they just pretend like that's not what they're doing. I am sick of Christian persecutions. Me too. Being fed to lions is never any fun, but it does help separate the fake Christians from the real ones. Canada opened my ears. Candice. I thought you said Canada. Candice opened my ears. She was the one who pushed faith on me. There you go. See, exactly. That's what I said. There's nothing wrong with pushing faith, just as long as you don't do it by beating people over the head with a Bible or something, because that's not how you teach Christianity. Candace is pretty cool. I think I would like to bring her onto a Conservataria panel and see if she's got the goods to make it as one of us. Not Andrew Law. I'm a Candace follower, not a Andrew Wilson one. Little. Yep, Andrew Wilson is not good at anything. He's not good at proposing faith or even secular arguments or anything, or debating or logic or reason or any of those things. All he's good at is blood sports and drama and bullshit and grifting and lying. When Ben fired Candace, I lost it on X, then found Andrew. Yeah, so that's why I'm not a fan of Daily Wire and any other Jewish-controlled media, because I prefer free speech, unlike Elon Musk, who allows Jewish-controlled media to control his media, for example. So that's why you won't find me on Twitter, because one day I asked Elon why the ADL and Ben Shapiro gets to decide what free speech is, and then my account got banned. So I got my answer. My answer is the Jews control the media, and therefore if you say anything that even questions them, you will be banned. And so I didn't even say anything negative about them. I just asked why they're allowed to control the public discourse. And that got me banned. So there's your answer, Elon Musk. If you're a fan of free speech, then you would practice what you preach. And so I call you a liar, good sir. A dirty, stinking, rotten liar, just like all the other left wing. Don't even get me started on Elon Musk, dude. I have so many rants for that dude. I'll give you a sneak preview. So there's a lot of retards walking around civilization right now who pretend like Star Trek is a realistic goal to have. And so they think if we just do enough space exploration, the Vulcans will find us, and then we'll have, warp technology and transporters and replicators and stuff, and then we can end all hunger and start real space socialism. And so what they don't understand is that colonizing Mars will not somehow propel humanity into the future where like AI can solve all of our problems and robot sex bots end all of the feminism battles and stuff like that. But the general public isn't smart enough to understand this, so they constantly treat Elon Musk as our Lord and Savior. And so whether it's Trump or Elon Musk, it just depends on which day you ask them, because obviously in the political realm, Trump is our Lord and Savior, but in the science and technology realm, Elon Musk is our Lord and Savior. And so according to Mr. Musk, the Jews get to decide what is free speech, and colonizing Mars will somehow end all human problems. And so, meanwhile, he's not even very good at creating solar panels and shit, which would actually be a huge useful boost in useful technology. But again, he's too busy drilling holes and picking up where NASA failed and becoming NASA Part 2, just as bureaucratic and just as socialist and authoritarian as NASA was, and you know that all that socialism bullshit, you know, we'll never get that money back. And so that brings me into other retards like Neil deGrasse Tyson, and so his entire career is built on pandering to these retards that think that colonizing Mars is like the final solution to all of human problems. And so he was one of the side effects of the neo atheist movement back when Dawkins and Harris and Hitchens were running the show, and he tried to ride on their coattails with Bill Nye, the trans cuck guy. Also joined the neo atheist social club, and so people like Bill Nye, the trans cuck guy, and Black Science Man are perfect examples of how fucked up our whole system has gotten. Like, now you can't even depend on science or anyone to understand, you know, like technology or civilization or society or anything like that, because you got these retards out here preaching left-wing bullshit and pretending like they own science and logic and reason. Just like Fauci, for example, when that Kung Flu came up and you weren't allowed to question him because he is the science. That's exactly the way Black Science Man and Bill Nye, the trans cuck guy, used to talk. They always said, "Oh, I am the science," and blah blah blah. So anyways, that's what you get for reminding me that Elon Musk is a thing in our society, and let that be your lesson. So I haven't read chat in a while. I do respect Andrew for being a dad. Good, yeah, good for him. Yeah, based X sold out. That's right. I get muted a lot, but I'm just a prick. No, you're probably just trying to do free speech. Like what I say doesn't bring much value. Oh, that's up to you. Why not just fix Earth with this energy they are wasting? Exactly. We could devote all of our time and energy to making life here on Earth better, but no, that's too hard. Thinking's hard, so let's just go to Mars. That'll solve everything. You're right. General public is blind. Of course, I was, but I used to smoke so much weed. I did too, but that doesn't really change anything. You can still be insightful whether you smoke or not. Lol, Bill Nye. That's right. He is a lol cow. That's true. No one takes him seriously. He's a complete fucking retard. They definitely use propaganda on us as kids. There's no debate on that. And all my teachers in schools were liberals, and that brings us to education. So the reason why I tell people don't even get like a college degree or whatever, because unless you just want to become a communist, you could probably find something better to do with your time. If you want to become a trans communist, like Lib here on YouTube, if you ever find Lib, he'll tell you all about trans communism. All you gotta do is go get a college degree, and they will brainwash you into becoming a trans communist. So, voila. Um, if you don't want to be a trans communist, then just skip college, learn a trade, find something useful to do in life, and make life better. Whether it's through simple technology or advanced technology, doesn't matter. They're just tools, but the philosophy is what is important. And so vote for Emperor Phi of Conservataria, and I will solve all political problems for you, including the big $1 million questions like, what is the one true religion, and what is the one true church? Inquiring minds want to know. Enjoyable talk. Yep, that's what I'm here for. Enjoyable talk. So, when you're ready, let me know, and we will do the things. People don't think I dude, but I dude it. People don't think I does, but I dude it. Quotes Black Science Man. So I hope that's enough ranting for one day for you. I think I got a lot of it off my chest, so now I don't ever have to bore you with those details ever again. Now I'll try to join a bunch of Discords to add your streams. That's cool. I might open a Discord eventually. I know people keep clamoring for one, but I've already told my old Discord contact list why I was leaving it, because it was just, you know, causing me more blood pressure than anything. It wasn't really, I didn't feel like it was a productive use of my time, and so if there are enough good and intelligent people and there is an audience for my message, I will reopen a Discord server and do like lots of live audio Discord debates and stuff like that, which is kind of the whole point of the YouTube stream, by the way. It's just more, it's less random, you know, because you have to like formally create a YouTube stream every time you want to have one, whereas opposed to people on Discord who felt like it was a lot more convenient just to kind of randomly jump in and out of audio debates or whatever. And so I get that, and I'm for that format, just as long as there is a sufficient amount of audience for it. So we'll see. Keep your fingers crossed. Who knows? Maybe humans are starting to finally evolve. You never know. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe they're not all evil retards. Grow my flock. Word. Education is good. We need more of it. Some education is good. Not trans communism education like you get in America. You probably get it in Canada too. I bet you if you go to any public schools or higher education in Canada, I bet you'll come out a trans communist. So, you know, that should tell you something. And if that is true, are you really getting educated, or are you just getting brainwashed and becoming more retarded than you were before you entered their program? Questions, questions, questions. So many questions. Okay, I think we're getting pretty close to upgraded here. I just got about 20 more of these and about 70 more of those. And about done with phase 1, and then we can start phase 2 of Satisfactory. Yes, we do. We are Americanized, bro. Sorry about that. I'm sorry any effect America's had on your country, but I do apologize for any stupidity that we gave y'all. Alberta is the most America province. I like Alberta more and more as you describe it, even though it's probably like our version of like California or whatever, because like what y'all call conservative is like some extreme left-wing stuff to us, and what y'all call left-wing is just pure communist, trans-communist bullshit. So, which is actually very similar to ours, but like I'm saying, like, you know, apples to apples. I don't think y'all even have a right wing in Canada, to be perfectly honest, because we don't really even have a right wing in America. We used to kind of have one, but it went extinct. USA has affected my entire life. Texas. Well, Canada has affected my life. When I was young, I watched a show called You Can't Do That on Television. And it was by some Canadian kids. It was pretty cool. Do you remember that show on Nickelodeon? There was a girl named Moose, and if you said, I don't know, green slime would be dumped on your head. Or if you said water, water would be dumped on your head. Those were some good times. BC West Coast is like Cali and Toronto. Okay. Yeah, our right wing vanished. I know, that's what I'm saying. We have the same problem. Our right wing vanished too. I think yours vanished a long time ago though. Ours more recently vanished, but lol, you can't do that. I can, and I did. You and what army can stop me? I'm glad Jersey Shore era is over. I'm glad I never watched Jersey Shore, so I don't even know what you're talking about. Beat that. I don't even know what Jersey Shore is. I only know it through the memes. But I can probably guess what it is, and so luckily those brain cells were spared. They didn't teach their kids to replace them, same, but all the people during that time never seen it, but I had to see it. But stuff like that affected women here. They became even dumber when those shows came out. I think women were already dumber, but they became more known with the interwebs. And yeah, possibly influenced by stupid stuff like Jersey Shore or whatever, or Real Housewives, or I mean, women have been dumb forever. You know, ever since the Garden of Eden, they've been pretty dumb. But that's why we're in charge of everything, or we should be. If you're not in charge of everything, you're doing it wrong. So even women know that. The smart women will tell you they should not be in charge of anything. And so that's feminism for you. And the only way you'll get feminism is through Marxism, which promotes socialist authoritarianism. So once again, if you know who the bad guys are, you know how to prevent them. Marxism bad, socialism bad, authoritarians bad, immorality bad, Christian good, capitalism good, libertarian good, patriarchy good. Don't be bad, be good. Retarded bad, smart good, be intelligent. Don't be a retard. See, that's the whole message of iFi's channel and Conservataria, and yet I have to debate this with people. Isn't that funny? Do you really have to debate with people to don't eat crayons? You know, like, hey there, good sir, please don't eat crayons, it's bad for you. And they're like, show your face, ree. But my big daddy government. And so you're like, nah, that's just gay and retarded. But yeah, that's why there aren't many subscribers to my channel, because people can't get enough of that socialist authoritarian drama. They love it. They're like, feels so good. We need more of that feminism and that Marxism. Left wing. So entertaining. Oh man, I can't believe I've wasted decades of my life arguing with these people. I'll never get those years back. Oh well. But in my bunker in the woods, I will enjoy the peace and quiet of Conservataria. And who knows, I might even hang out with a couple of my buddies in our biker gang. The Sons of Conservataria. Conservataria's Angels. We even got cool leather jackets. Even though I don't know what the logo will be, so we might have to come up with a cool icon for our gang. Maybe you can give me some ideas. Okay, kids, we did it. We are now in phase 2. It took a while, but like I said, sometimes the good things come to those who wait. Let's launch this shit. Seal it and send it. Kablooey! Bye-bye, space parts. And now we're ready for some higher tier stuff. Let's see what kind of goodies we got waiting for us now. Boink. Oil processing, yes sir. I'll take some of that. I'll buy that for $1. What else we got? Ooh, monorail. We got choo-choo trains coming soon. Ooh, the jetpack. That's gonna be fun. And fuel generators. Yes, sir. We can package our fuels, and we can manufacture stuff, and we can make oil. All kinds of goodies coming up soon. So stay tuned for all that. We got lots of fun stuff on the way on our next episode of Satisfactory. Thanks, Jack3, for stopping by and for the chit chat. I enjoyed it. And Joe Cool, I caught you on the morning session, so if there's anything on your mind that you want to talk to your buddy Fi about, you just give me a holler and we'll do a stream about something. Otherwise, whenever Daisy feels like stopping by and keeping our religion stream going, that's my cup of tea, so I'd rather spend most of my time talking about that, so we'll see. We'll see. But I think I'm going to save it right around here. We're just going to look at the beautiful scenery for a little while and then save and outro. Save and outro. Plunk. Again, thanks for stopping by. See y'all on the next stream.